I'm riding my bike, as you see these other people doing, over to the Marina Green to watch the Blue Angels, and I stopped here to rest before biking up that hill. But I just wanted to kind of pan over here to the left, where you'll see a little gated community, and you'll see a truck park there. And that's actually Dianne Feinstein's house there by where those cars are. So she has a lot of security here in San Francisco. Yes, that's Senator Dianne Feinstein's house. This is called Pacific Heights. And as you can see, the houses are all pretty spiffy. So now I'm going to traverse up that hill to the Presidio. So right now I'm outside the gates to the Presidio of San Francisco, which you see was established in 1776, was a military base, and is now part of the Golden Gate National Recreation Area. There you see a tour bus. So I'm still out of breath. Let me pan down this way, having just biked up that hill. So there you have it. I'm at an overlook here at the Presidio, and you can see there are dozens of people beginning to gather up here to get a bird's eye view of the air show. I'll be heading down there, way down there to where that domed building is. That's the Palace of Fine Arts, which was the site of a World's Fair, I don't know when, a long time ago. It's the only thing that's now left. But as you can see, I'll be heading down that direction, and you can see all the people here gathering and sitting and waiting for the air show. This looks like to be a pretty good vantage point, but I'm going to go down there much closer to the action. I just wanted to stop here on my way down this road so you could actually see how nice and luscious and green it is here in the Presidio. Cars are passing me by, heading down towards Crissy Field, and I'm going to begin the journey down now. This is quite a steep downward slant or decline down in the Crissy Field. I just wanted to show you that, and I had to stop here. I didn't want to video by actually riding my bike down that hill. So here comes a bicyclist passing, a couple of them passing me by, so you get some sort of an idea. Here we have some people walking up the hill, which is more than I want to do, but as you can see, here they come. I wanted to stop here and give you some sort of an idea of how spectacular the commissioned officers housing looked here on the Presidio in San Francisco. All this area is being restored now and renovated. A lot of these buildings or houses are now apartments or condos or offices here at the Presidio in San Francisco. So I encourage you to look up the Presidio on the internet to find out all about it, and of course visit it when you're here in San Francisco. Here are a couple of other brick homes and what they look like here at the Presidio, and I think you could probably see beyond those trees some others. So actually that sign there says Arguello, and I took Arguello all the way from my house all the way over here. And of course, what is California without a beautiful palm tree and more housing And that's the direction I just came down, and that hill I came down. And there's another beautiful home there on the Presidio of San Francisco. This gives you a pretty good idea of what the Presidio looks like near sea level here in San Francisco. And you can see the bay there, and that's where I'm headed. So there you have it. There you can see some more buildings here at the Presidio, and off in the distance the Golden Gate Bridge. So I'm getting closer to my destination, which is that direction straight ahead. George Lucas has his studios here now, or part of his studios, and this is where they're housed here at the Presidio. A lot of this construction you're seeing here at the Presidio is due to the rebuilding of Doyle Drive, which is the approach to the Golden Gate Bridge, to make it earthquake safe. So there you see some more of the housing and buildings here at the Presidio. Of course, what would life be on a beautiful Sunday afternoon during Fleet Week with a stop at the cafe here and Transit Center at the Presidio. But I'm not stopping here. I just thought I'd do a little video because I'm heading that direction. People by the hundreds now are beginning to gather, which has its own problems. But there you see the Golden Gate Bridge, and drama ensuing about where to go, where to sit, where's the best view. But I'm going to be heading that direction. All is good. You see people with strollers and children and so forth, cars. But fortunately I have my bike, which allows me a lot of freedom. So here I am down at the bay level, and you can see the Golden Gate Bridge there, and I'm biking along this bike path on my way towards the bridge. You can see the traffic jams beginning to develop as people begin to congregate here to watch the Blue Angels. But I'm free and easy on my bike. Kind of like that guy that rode his motorcycle, I forget his name, he died last year. Yeah, that's me, born free. Born free as the wind blows, as free as the grass grows. Okay, up in the sky, I don't know if you can see them or not. I think they just turned. There you go. Now you can see them. Those are the Canadian Air Show over that direction. It looks like we're quite a distance away from that show. There they go, heading down towards the water now. Hopefully not into it.
I know, really. I want to get a picture of them going over the bridge.
Here you can see people picnicking and so forth on the grass, and the Golden Gate Bridge in the distance. I hear planes. Let's see if I can get something here. No, I don't really see. I hear them, but I don't see them. So this is kind of a nice vantage point for the bridge. And there are hundreds and hundreds of boats on the bay waiting to see the Blue Angel show. There you go, you can see the Canadian plane zip across the horizon there. And a nice clear day to really take in the majestic beauty of our San Francisco Golden Gate Bridge. Quite a sight, isn't it? It's quite nice to actually walk across the bridge if you have never done that. I do that every once in a while. And of course I bike over it all the time. And if you look that direction, that's Sausalito. I usually bike over to Sausalito and then take one of the ferries back over here to San Francisco. Okay, well here come the Canadian planes zooming across the water. I don't know if you can see them or not. I can barely see them with my naked eye. So from here, you can see the skyline of San Francisco and the Palace of Fine Arts. And then as I pan left, you can see Alcatraz off in the distance, and then the bay. And there are planes doing acrobatics in the sky. I can't really see from here who they are or what they're actually doing. But there you have the beautiful skyline of San Francisco. There you go, you have a view there of Alcatraz with all the boats, sailboats on the bay. I'm going to the left here. You see people on the beach. Oh wait, let's get that. Well, I hope you saw that. I can't tell. I'm going back now over towards the bridge. You can see people on the beach and the Golden Gate Bridge, all the boats, and there's Alcatraz. There you see one of the Canadian planes doing a dive, and here they come, a whole series of them. Let's see what they do. They kind of disappeared from view. There they go. You should be able to see that heading down towards the water. Saved at the last minute. People walking there on the promenade and the skyline of San Francisco, downtown San Francisco off in the distance. Over here now you see more and more people gathering like locusts for the Blue Angel show and all the boats on the bay. And of course there you see Alcatraz again. Dave in Ohio says I repeat too much, but so Dave, this is for you. There's Alcatraz. And right above Alcatraz you'll see those Canadian planes heading left. Let's see what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to do anything or not. Let's see. Usually just when I turn the camera off they do something. So I'll let it stay on here for a second to see if they do anything. They're making a bank turn back to the right, back towards over Alcatraz. That was sort of anticlimactic, wasn't it? Here I'll give you another shot of the Golden Gate Bridge. Can't get enough of that. There you go, the Golden Gate Bridge. Just to give you some idea here now of the mass of people that are gathering for the Blue Angels. I don't blame them. You can almost taste the testosterone in the air. It seems to seep out of everyone's pores, man, woman, and child alike. you can smell the testosterone in the air. These aren't the Blue Angels. I don't know who it is, but you can tell by the sound. It's quite loud. Take another look at all the boats on the bay and all the people on the beach here at Crissy Field, and of course the Golden Gate Bridge. Let's see if the Blue Angels come flying directly over the bridge, which I suspect they will later. And there's, for Dave, there's Alcatraz there in the distance. Wow, one just came shooting across the water, but I couldn't capture it on time. It was right at water level. Talk about testosterone flowing. I think I peed my pants on that one. When they come right across the water line, they're parallel to the water. It's very hard to see them. They're like thin pieces of paper. So that's why it's kind of hard to capture them on film, but you sure can hear them and see them with the naked eye. Going right over the water. Dave, there's the Golden Gate Bridge, San Francisco Bay, and Dave, there's Alcatraz. Okay, he's right over the Golden Gate Bridge. I think you might be able to see him. He's turning this direction.
Wow.
Very slowly he's going now. Looks like he's about to land. That's pretty neat. Looks like the fog is beginning to come in, so I hope that doesn't affect the show, because it's still another half an hour away. But we will see here. Giant plane. There's a huge plane flying over the bay now. It's very, very low, as you can see. Awesome, awesome. Right over Alcatraz. Into the clouds, as you can see. Spectacular. I have a feeling the show is going to be limited, because you can see the fog is over the Golden Gate Bridge now. It'll be pretty disappointing, but we're used to the fog here in San Francisco. So it was worth the bike ride down here. There'll be something that happens, we shall see here momentarily. You can see that huge, I don't know, some kind of jet flying above, just over the water line there. I think that's part of the show, but I'm not sure. I'm sure it is. That huge jet now is turning back this direction. It's going to come right over the water. I'm not a jet expert, but it's huge. You can see it coming right at us as we speak. You'll get a good look at it now shortly as it goes right above the water into the fog. You can see the humanity down here, just waiting in anticipation. You can also see the fog rolling in. But let's not shed any tears quite yet. So there you see people with their cameras, people waiting for the show to begin here at Crissy Field. And Dave, you can see Alcatraz there off into the distance, and of course the fog enshrouded Golden Gate Bridge. Now, I don't know if you could hear that, but it was something loud, but I could not see it. I'm hearing something. Let's see. Nothing in the sky yet. Of course, the fog is there, so we shall see. You can hear them, but you cannot see them. Oh well. Kinda. You can see the bridge is almost completely enveloped in fog, so I doubt we'll be able to see anything today, but the sound effects are pretty cool. I'm going to give it a few more minutes and then I'm going to begin my bike trek home. It's getting pretty chilly down here. Obviously disappointed. Nobody's weeping yet though. So now you can see the bridge is completely enshrouded in fog. Here on Sunday for the Blue Angels. They're doing their thing, but nobody can see them. So there you have it. You have to use your imagination. Well, I think that concludes our air show that didn't happen at beautiful San Francisco. You can hear them, but you cannot see them. about to begin my journey back home. Give you one last look here. I'll wait another 5 minutes or so and see what happens. So now you can begin to see the throngs of people leaving, disappointed, but also used to the weather here in San Francisco and the fog. So that's it for Sunday at Crissy Field, the Blue Angels that did not happen. Well, I'm in the Presidio on my way home, and I don't know, I thought I'd just stop here for a minute just to see if the Blue Angels will resume. I see one of their lead planes flying in the sky, so we'll see. You can see it through the clouds, barely. Well, I waited here for a few minutes at the Presidio, and looks like nothing's going to happen again. So I guess I'll begin my trek home with one last look here of the fog bank. And the Presidio. The sun is out right here, but right over the bay where the Blue Angels fly, of course you can see the fog. Very peaceful and tranquil here on a Sunday afternoon at the Presidio in San Francisco. Just as I was about to leave, I got a glimpse of them, so let's see what happens here. I hear something, let's see. There they are up there. I don't know if they're going to do anything or not. They're coming around. Maybe they'll do some sort of maneuver. We'll see. It's kind of odd. Let's see what happens here. I see them. I don't know if you can see them or not. They're approaching this big tree here on the left. And now they're going to disappear behind the tree. And probably into the clouds. Yep. Okay, well, I hear them again. They're right overhead. But in the clouds. I don't know how much longer I want to wait here. It's kind of like approaching orgasm, but never quite reaching it. Okay, well, I think I've had it. It's time to begin my journey home. So, aloha from San Francisco. I'm quite out of breath right now. I had to stop here to rest. You can see my bike. I've been going up this hill for quite some time. I'm a little bit out of shape. I've got about a week to lose a few pounds and get in a little bit better shape. So that's what I'm trying to do. Build up some reserve. You can see all the traffic going up Arguello Boulevard here, and they're coming back from the Blue Angel show that didn't happen. And the cars are going uphill with ease. Of course, I'm an old man, so it's not quite so easy for me. But you know what? Never say die. Well, it's still Sunday, and I'm just about home from my bike ride after seeing the non-Blue Angels. And I thought I'd stop here in Golden Gate Park, which is just a little ways from my home, to show you John F. Kennedy Drive, which goes right through Golden Gate Park. And every Sunday they close this to street traffic so that people can bike, walk, bring their kids down here, all sorts of interesting things. As you see that, there's no cars. It's just open to people out enjoying the Sunday in the park, Golden Gate Park. And I'm going to pan over to the right. And what you're going to see there is the San Francisco Conservatory of Flowers, which is quite spectacular. It's like a giant greenhouse, which has 3 distinct areas inside, all different climates, with floral displays. 2 are always the same and 1 changes. The San Francisco Conservatory of Flowers in Golden Gate Park and John F. Kennedy Drive. This will be one of my last stops. This is an area called Sharon Meadow in Golden Gate Park, and up there on the hill is the University of California San Francisco Medical Center. That's also near my house. But this is very famous for every Sunday here. There are people gather for drumming, as you can see. It's kind of late in the day, so the crowds are beginning to dwindle. But people gather here every Sunday and just hang out on the hill and just hang out. Most of them are getting stoned or high and just kind of enjoying things. Just kind of a spontaneous gathering, jam session every Sunday here in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. This is one of the wonderful things of San Francisco. This was one of the primary gathering spots in the 60s. Hippies used to gather here at this place. This is actually called Hippie Hill.